Peace, family, peace. Tap in. Tap in. We is out here in nature. I don't know, I don't even be going live like that for real. I don't like to go live. Where my lighter at? Never always lose his lighter. Peace, family, peace. Peace. What y'all on? What y'all on? What's to y'all? What's to y'all? Y'all see the screen, y'all see the topic. Y'all see the screen, y'all see the topic. What's going on? Y'all see the screen, y'all see the topic. What's the word? Tap in. Tap. I'm trying to get a little scientific today. Y'all see my dog? Peace. I'm trying to get to the bottom of something for real. I feel like something that need to be discussed, something that need to be explained, you know what I'm talking about, and further looked into on one's own time as well, you know. I just want to bring a little information and light that's really just already been out there, but it seems as though we don't want to look, you know what I'm saying? We have that fear to look towards information, living in information era, you know. At one point in time, people would have been unalive for anything that was radical, any radical thinking towards the society, you know what I'm saying? But now, you know, you free to do whatever you want to do, but mentally you're not. And maybe that was the key of it all to begin with. You get what I'm saying? Maybe that's where they want you at. I'm just here to get you to look at yourself. That's all. So y'all can see, right? There's two forms of melanin. Now, society told you melanin. They gave you the word melanin. Now, I'm pretty sure it's other spiritual leaders or whatever, and they is fired. They of the individuals, the masses. I'm with it. You get me? So, but I gotta, being the cultist that I am, I gotta get my part, my little 2 cents. Melanin, obviously, is not just melanin. So no, black people don't just have neuromelanin and then other people have melanin. That's not how that works. Melanin is what they gave you, right? Melanin breaks down into not just, see right here it tells you like two or three different things, but it actually more. And we're not gonna get into that. We only talking about pigment as far as live living organisms that's walking around. So it's two forms of melanin. You got the eumelanin and you have the pheomelanin. The pheomelanin is responsible for that pink, yellow skin and the pale skin and all that extra shit. Blonde hair, blue eyes. The eumelanin is responsible for your dark skin. You get me? Now, why is that important? Y'all been hearing about the little videos, watching the videos or whatever, with all of the solar flares and the heat waves and all of that stuff that's going on right now. I've been dropping hella videos on that. And people, I don't feel like they understand what's really going on here. See, I'm not saying that, hey, you ain't gonna survive, but if you don't have this, that's more than likely what's gonna happen. Now, quote unquote, I'm a black man, quote unquote, right? Okay. Really, I'm just melanated. But everything in existence has some form of melanin. We, as being the gods and goddesses on this planet, on this universe or whatever, we have eumelanin. Eumelanin gives us the ability to absorb that hidden light. The hidden light is the ultraviolet radiation that comes off the sun. That's the hidden light that we're talking about when we're talking about, tap into the dark side and tap into this and tap into that. That's what that is on a scientific level. It gives you the ability to stabilize the free radical energy that's inside of it. So it pulls out electrons inside of it that's roaming around free, and you get to absorb that. And what that actually is information from either your ancestors or different galaxies or whatever. You feel what I'm talking about? Now, this is why all of the, and I do mean all of them, this is why all of the great ascended masters came before us and told us, hey man, you gotta have that light, you gotta have that. And y'all know about the Moors. The Moors always tell you, hey, y'all not black, y'all actually white. See, in reality, you have a political term called free white persons, and that did apply to y'all, us. You feel me? Talking about melanated being. It wasn't a term of color. But if you look further into a spirit, it's like a spirituality or whatever, right? A melanated being, right? A cosmic chaos being, right? The dark beings, we are dark because we absorb all the visible light, all of the light, period. You feel me? And you're able to do that by way of your melanin. Now, this thing on neuromelanin. Neuromelanin deals with your neurons, the melanin that's inside your brain. You get what I'm saying? Now, everybody has a certain form of that. Us being the ones that we are, we have more, yes. Okay? And why do we have more? We have more because we're able to absorb all of the natural and the unnatural and the visible and the invisible light on the spectrum. We're able to absorb that, stabilize it, or what they say, ionize it. You get what I'm saying? And do what we do with it. That's what the ancients was talking about when they were saying you have to have that light. We always just be talking about melanin and this, that, and the third or whatever, and then people be getting butthurt because we speak on this. And I guess it feels like we talking about certain people and this, that, and the third. Nah. Hold on. That's why we're the only people with green. Come on, man. Yes. Hey, see, listen, speaking about green, right? Gamma radiation, yes. Chernobyl, right? Because this goes along with the topic. In Chernobyl, I want to say it was in 1989, but y'all heard about Chernobyl because it's so many shows coming up now because Chernobyl happened in Ukraine, and y'all know what's going on in Russia and Ukraine or whatever. But in Chernobyl, back in the day, it was a nuclear reactor on, I want to say, Plant 4. It blew up or whatever, and they say it's like the biggest active contamination that was on this planet or whatever. Okay, they had eastern tree frogs. Some of them was yellow and some of them was green, and due to the melanin, either pheo or eumelanin. But the green ones dominated after the reaction. You feel what I'm saying? They had a rapid evolution due to the nuclear reaction. You feel what I'm saying? They was able to absorb that. And what I'm saying is it has nothing to do with what's going on inside of us. Our eumelanin is what us. You feel what I'm saying? We be saying, oh yeah, we the children of the sun. We are, but what sun are we talking about? It's that hidden sun that you're not able to see with your visible eye. In the what do you call those? In the mythologies, the spiritual scriptures, whatever, in the movies or whatever, when a person or an entity or a human being sees those godly beings or whatever, it's so much light, and then they tend to be unalived after that. You feel what I'm talking about? That's what that's saying. If you don't hold that light, if you're not one of these cosmic beings, you feel what I'm talking about? You're not going to be able to withstand that. And if they said what goes on and what happened in Chernobyl happened to be like the whatever, that's what these solar flares are. A CME is a coronal mass ejection. That's a solar flare. A coronal mass ejection is like, it looks just like this. This is where it comes from. It comes from the Egyptian Ankh, right? Now we call that the key of life, or it means life or whatever, right? But in actuality, it's solar flares happening on the sun, and that's where we get that symbol from. You feel what I'm talking about? And then deep inside of the Egyptian mythology, if you read into the Papyrus of Anani, the Book of the Dead, it tells you to become the Ankh. You feel what I'm saying? Because what we're talking about here, what's going on here, we're actually evolving. You feel what I'm saying? Now, the thing is, it's individuals that they're evolving as well, but they're evolving at a slower rate than us. You know what I'm talking about? And the thing is, us being who we are, we hold the reality up. Meaning, the only reason that this reality still exists is because we believe that it exists, because we believe we exist here. We understand that our physical body is not a real body. You know what I'm talking about? Our spiritual essence is the only authentic form in reality. or in existence. You know what I'm saying? So us raising up out of this physical hell or whatever you want to call it, you get what I'm talking about? It tends to fuck up the reality. If you look up our galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, it's a black hole in the middle of the galaxy. You know what black holes do? They absorb. They absorb everything in around them, you know what I'm talking about? And after that, we already know what's going on. Well, what they say. They say they create a new universe or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, it's your melanin. It's that protective form that's on you that gives you the ability to absorb this. You know? So when you read your magical books and they tell you like, man, you gotta draw this, you have to do this, you have to put a coat on or put a hat on, you know, the magician hat, you have to get a wand and get all that. We don't have to do that who we are. You know what I'm saying? Our magic comes straight from the mind. We don't have to do that anymore in actuality because we the ones that create the reality. The individuals that tell you that you have to do that, they have to do that to assume that energy. By doing that, it's like it's tools, you know what I'm saying? So you putting certain things inside of your room or on your person or whatever to raise up a certain personality inside of yourself. All of these archetypes exist inside of anyway. We can explain that by way of ourselves, by way of the stars, by way of the mythology, because it all comes out of us. You get what I'm saying? Now, breaking it further down, we understand that the pheomelanin comes from us as well. The pheomelanin comes from us as well, and it's more recessive. You know what I'm talking about? And what it does. Now, I'm just gonna say something more spiritual that people don't like to hear. Us being who we are and hating the individuals that's not us is a form of self-hate, right? Why is it a form of self-hate? Because if this gene comes out of us and it's recessive, that means that it was already inside of us. It manifested itself outside of us by way of self. So before they even manifested, it had to be some form of internal fighting to begin with. You feel what I'm saying? So in actuality, I go back to saying what I've been saying. This is a self journey. You know what I'm talking about? Regardless of who you are. I know I'm a melanated being. You know, you got other individuals that know they're a melanated being. But what did I just say? Your melanin or your magic, it comes from your mind, right? So now it goes back to, oh, everybody feeling like it's hot and this, that, and the third, and this, that, what? Now, you are naturally 100 degrees, your body heat. So when you're sitting in 100 degrees, it really shouldn't be nothing. But mentally, you feel like it is. And it's going to continue to get hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. You can transcend yourself up out of here mentally. And you know what I mean when I say that. And what if your journey ain't even up yet? Where's my dog at? She done walked off all the way into the back of the woods. Isis, you just do what you want to do. But anyways, right? I made this video because I really, this live, because I made a video on it, but I don't think it really got, I don't really think it got to the individual it needed to get to, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do this live because it may be to get to who it needs to get to. You get what I'm talking about? I'm not here to let them, like, tell an individual, oh, what you can and what you can't do, whatever. But what I'm telling you is based off of science and what I do know. You know what I'm saying? And what I understand and what I can cross-reference. I can cross-reference these different radiations, these different delta waves that exist inside of our brain as different spirits, gods and goddesses or whatever in different realms that you can tap into by way of the dream state. Now, if you can cross-reference that, understand that it's going on in the cosmos as well, as above, so below, with the whole sun thing and everything else. If anybody understands horizontal DNA transfer, what that is if I love you, if you love me, and we love each other, we tend to take on the characteristics of each other. We start to look like each other, act like each other, and people do that in relationships. But on a cosmic scale, in the Egyptian mythology, they tell you to merge your DNA with the sun. That's where that comes from. Because you already know, like I said, as above, so below, as within, so without. Everything from the other dimensions trickle down everything from this dimension trickles down from the other one. So in actuality, this is the spiritual residue. We just living in the shit, basically, when we stand here. You know what I'm saying? And our light, that's what our melanin is. It's a light. It's a hidden light that you can't see. You could see it with your visible eye. You wouldn't be able to withstand that. But you have an inner eye. And I just feel like my dog is just taking flight somewhere. I don't know. Isis, come here, man. But yeah, antimatter. Antimatter, yes, the light you can't see. See, watch this. Let me break it down in some religious things. Okay, we talk about antimatter. Antimatter, Lucifer fell down, right? The fallen, okay? But Lucifer means the light bringer or light bearer. Every bioluminescent being, including these little bugs, including yourself, because of your pineal gland, we have something that we secrete called luciferin, right? Why is you stepping? Anyways, we have this stuff called luciferin. Now the Christ, right, is a light substance as well. It's the Christos, or anointed in the olive oil. You know that's blue, black or green. Okay. Now, when Lucifer fell here, right, that fall, that particular fall, when you fall in frequency, right, because you know the higher you go, the less dense you become. So the higher you go, the more lighter you become. You become light. That's what we mean when we raise up to our highest form. You become photons. You feel what I'm talking about? Now you hear you physical. That particular light becomes trapped in this physical body, and you created a physical body in actuality, right? Because in the womb, right, we create our own embryonic sac. You feel me? In Gnosticism, the Christ is the autogenous, or the self-created. You feel what I'm saying? So what are we actually doing here? We come down here, we cultivate this hidden light that you cannot see that exists inside of you because it is trapped here. I would say it's your imagination because this is how you create things. Why do I say that? You could go inside of your mind and think about anything and create it and experience that with all five senses. What is that? Okay? So, and after your transcendence, you're taking that with you. You're taking that awareness with you. And depending on how long you're here, you have so many different lives that you've been through or whatever to take it back to your akasha or your soul. You get what I'm saying? So, in actuality, because anti literally means black. The antichrist is the black sun or the soul that exists inside of you. It's black because you cannot see it. You feel what I'm saying? Basically, and that's never been here. When they was talking about in the Bible, oh, well, you know, it's going to be coming back or whatever, that's what they was talking about. They may have not expected that, and they tell you that what you expecting is not going to be what you thought. You feel what I'm saying? When you see it, that energy has never been anchored here on this plane of existence. If it had, if your soul was aware of what was going on right now, that's the thing. People don't really understand. If your soul was really aware of what was going on right now, you think it would just allow it to keep on happening. You are more like an intermediary because you have a spirit, and your spirit takes back and brings back information to your soul. You here in the physical, you got an ego. That's why your ego, you're supposed to balance your ego between your conscious or your subconscious and your conscious mind. Because your conscious mind and your ego is pretty much the same thing because they go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what you're doing. Your ego is a form of your humanity. You're trying to raise yourself to the God level, right? Now, everything I just said earlier, if you didn't have none of that, it does not apply to you. But if you do, all of this applies. All of this applies because all I'm talking about is alchemical formulas. That's it. That's pretty much it. You feel me? We literally not from this realm. This realm doesn't even exist. You feel what I'm talking about? So in actuality, when they say this is a school, what you say about school, you say school don't exist. You say school not real. This school isn't real neither. But you take from it what you want. You play video games, and video games are not real. You take from it what you want. You're supposed to look at everything as a lesson. Life is the lesson, but your true life does not start till after this is over with. ISIS! She just be everywhere. ISIS! She gonna get caught up somewhere, and she gonna be stuck. But yeah, man. Basically, that's all I needed to say on that. I might do another video on this as far as like just the video and just drop it. I don't know, but I did well. You know what I'm saying, what I was supposed to do. People need to understand the different types of melanin as well as quantum mechanics too, because what's really going on after all this physical shit happens, whatever, we're stepping into a quantum reality. This is why they try so hard to push virtual reality onto you. What I'm talking about here is the individuals that possess a soul. Your soul, right? Your macabre. You know what I'm saying? You can travel anywhere. That sleeping giant that's inside of you, whatever, that's your source of everything that you've ever been through. You know what I'm talking about? And it has been through nothing because it never dies. It just absorbs all of the information, like right now. You feel what I'm talking about? If you don't possess that, when all this is over with, when it's all said and done, that great judgment that we're going through right now, right? You just get swept up, like you know how when you clean the house up and you put the trash in the trash. That's it. That's all. See, spirits do not possess the soul, and the spirits that you interact with, these astral beings or whatever, they're spirits, and that you interact with, they don't have no soul. You have a soul. It don't matter if they're gods or not. You get what I'm saying? You're not a god. You're more than a god. What the gods did in mythology was destroyed their parents and created man out of the essence. Because they didn't kill their parents because the parents were still sleeping. Henceforth, the sleeping giant. You feel what I'm talking about? And the hidden light that exists inside of you. So you're able to utilize these different energies, you know what I'm talking about, like I said, and take them with you. But if you do not have it, right, and you haven't done anything prominent amongst the individuals that do not possess a soul, you think they're going to upload you to their digital grid? 'Cause that's what they have, for sure. It's a digital grid. They come from, I don't even want to say it. Fuck it, I'm going to say they come from a dead universe. Seriously. That's all I'm going to say on that until I do another video on it. Right now, I'm going. Y'all be safe.